What's poppin'? Brand new way it just hopped in. We got the Bucks rebuild going today. The rule for today's rebuild is we're going to be rebuilding the Bucks around Baker Mayfield. I went ahead and gave him star dev to make this a little easier, and I may give like the Saints, Falcons, or Panthers, a dev trait just to, make it a little more fair. This is going to be an interesting rebuild because there's not like a lot of young talent on this team. I mean, obviously we have Tristan Wirfs. I think Godwin's 27, so he's going to start regressing like pretty soon. But Mike Evans is like 30 years old. Rachaad White is young, but only an 80 overall. One of our youngest studs is going to be Antoine Winfield. I believe he's 25. He is. So that's going to be someone we're going to look to keep around for a while. But Lavonte David, I want to say it's like 33 or something. Yeah, Lavonte David is 33 years old. Luckily, we do have Devin White, who I think we're just going to try to, slip into his role whenever we get a chance. But even Vita Vea is like around 28 years old. There's not a lot of young, like, insane talent on this team. There's talent for sure, but it's just all like kind of old or like right on the, glimpse of that regression age. But enough said. I don't think there's anything else to get into besides, hopping into this rebuild. Here we go. It's time to hop into the rebuild. We're sitting at an 83 overall currently. We're going to go ahead, sim to the mid-season, and see how this team can do. And I'm actually surprised to see that we're 4-2 at the mid-season. We have the 9th ranked offense in points per game. Looks like our rushing offense isn't doing very good, but I mean, that's pretty expected. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our team stats. I want to see how Baker's doing especially. 10th in the NFL in passing yards, 14-5 touchdown interception ratio with 1,500 yards. This is way better than I was expecting him to do because Baker doesn't normally play very good in this game. Rachaad White is averaging 4 yards per carry, which could be a lot worse. I think he's just probably not getting very many carries. Yeah, he only has 100 attempts. And then Russell Gage is our leading receiver. I mean, he pretty much has the same amount of yards as Mike Evans, who has 4 touchdowns, and then Godwin has 305 touchdowns. The O-line is hopefully holding up pretty well. It looks like they actually are. Matt Fielder is allowing the most sacks with 3, and then Tristan Wirfs has only allowed 1 sack, and then Ryan Jensen and Aaron Steeney have both not a lot of sack. Defensively, Lavonte David's leading the team in tackles, sacks. Joe Tyron Shoyinka is leading the team in sacks. Vita Vea with 3. TFLs, we have 8 from Joe, 6 from Vita Vea, and 5 from Shaq Barrett. Interceptions, Carlton Davis has 3. Shaq Barrett has 2. Ezian has 2, Jamel Dean has 2, and then we got 1 for a few guys. And McLaughlin actually hasn't missed a field goal on the year, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look at any players that we need to re-sign. So it looks like we need to bring back Winfield, which we need to do, and we'd probably want to bring back Mike Evans and Devin White and Ryan Neal. When it comes to Lavonte David, I actually think I may be okay with trading him because we're not going to get much out of him once he starts regressing. I'm sure by the end of the season, he'll just be like a star dev 80 overall. He always hits free agency in this game, so I'm pretty used to seeing that. Oh, we also need to re-sign Baker, and he actually wants more money than I would expect, like just because of his overall in this game. First, let's, get these important ones out of the way. Like Antoine Winfield, we really need to bring back. If he accepts this, that'd be really good, and he does accept it. We also need to bring back Mike Evans, who kind of wants a big deal, but he was interested, so I'm going to lower the money just a little bit. And we're able to bring him back for a little bit cheaper. I really want to bring back Devin White, I know that, and then I really, we need to bring back Baker Mayfield, but I'm probably just going to hold off on re-signing him because we can renegotiate some contracts at the end of the year and, free up some money. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can trade Lavonte David, and I'll let you guys know. Here it is. We're going to be shipping off Lavonte David and a 4th-round pick from 2026 for Kyle Pitts and a 3rd-round pick in this year's draft. Do I think that trade would ever go through in real life? No. Am I going to take advantage of how bad this game is anyway? Yeah, probably. We're going to see. Can we even afford to bring back Devin White right now? We actually can afford this. Let's see if he accepts it. And he does. So at the end of the year, we're going to have to reconstruct some contracts, and especially to make sure we can bring back Baker Mayfield. But I actually like that move we made. Obviously, our linebacking core is going to look not so hot anymore. And we were playing good, so it's a little weird. Maybe I should have just kept him and let him go to free agency. But I think it's a better move to, get value out of him while we still have the opportunity to. So we bring Kyle Pitts onto the team. Offense is looking a lot better, but this linebacker core is just like yikes. I may see if like in free agency or not, or yeah, if there's a available free agent middle linebacker that I can just kind of plug in here, if we can even afford that. We'll take a look at that, but other than that, we're gonna go to the playoffs and see how the team's doing. And at the end of the season, we finished 9-8 and make the playoffs. We had the 9th offense in points per game and the 4th passing offense in yards. So that means Baker was probably out there slinging it, which is fucking sick. He was 4th in the league in passing yards with 4,032 to 12 touchdown interception ratio. Rashad White got over 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. Mike Evans was our leading receiver, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Russell Gage, almost 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Godwin, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. And Kyle Pitts finished the season with almost 600 yards and 3 touchdowns. We're going to hopefully try to start getting him the ball more to make that trade worth it. The O-line looks like they definitely fell off the second half of the season. 10 sacks from our right tackle, Matt Fielder, 7 sacks. Tristan Wirfs, 6 sacks. I mean, I've definitely seen a lot worse in this game. Can't be too upset about that. Devin White led the team in tackles. We had 10 sacks out of Villa, 9.5 sacks out of Treon Shoyinka. Am I saying that right? 6.5 from Shaq Barrett, 2 from Cansey. Interceptions, we had 7 from Carlton Davis. That's actually crazy. He'll probably be in the voting for defensive rookie or defensive player of the year. I mean, he probably won't win it, but that might be enough for a dev trait too, which would be pretty sick. Christian Ezian with 3, 2 from Shaq Barrett, 2 from Winfield, 2 from Dean, 2 from White, and then 1 from Neal and Tyron Chwinka, and Chase McLaughlin, whatever. Let's take a look at the awards. Dak Prescott wins MVP, no surprise there, but Baker actually came in 10th place in the voting, which is pretty cool. The Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb. Doesn't look like we had anybody in the running there. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons, but we had a Shaq Barrett and Vita Vea in the voting. I guess I was wrong before about who I thought was going to be in there. Nobody for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Ezian came in a 4th place for Defensive Rookie of the Year. The team actually performed a lot better than I expected. The defense definitely didn't play that good. Definitely going to have to change the scheme or the playbook at some point. We'll worry about that for next season. For now, we're going to go ahead and sim this playoff game. See if we can get a wild card win. We are playing the Eagles, so I doubt it. Yeah, we lose 21-14. I want to take a look at how our team played in that game. Let's see. So Baker had 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Definitely could have been better, but I mean, could have been worse too, I guess. Rashad White averaged 4.6 yards a carry and got 74 yards. They had a rushing touchdown from Hurts and from Swift. And Russell Gage got 57 receiving yards. It looks like Mike Evans only got 30. Kyle Pitts only got 21. I don't know why Russell Gage is eating up all our targets. Doesn't make much sense to me, but it's probably just something to do with the playbook or some shit. But we're going to go ahead and hop into the next season. So it looks like the Niners took down the Jaguars in the Super Bowl 38-25. I want to take a look at the lineup just to see if maybe we got a dev up somewhere. I doubt we did, but I mean, the team played better than I expected. Yeah, we didn't. We actually had Mike Evans go down to Superstar, but Davis did end up getting a dev up like I expected. And Shaq Barrett, holy shit, he went up to X Factor. He's already 30 years old though, so that's not going to do too much for us. This defense is looking kind of rough. We got to fill some holes on this team. We're going to go ahead, sim the next week. We need to see if we can renegotiate some contracts so we can free up money because we need to re-sign Baker. And I'm pretty sure there was a few other players we need to re-sign. So hopefully, I can free up some money here. So we weren't able to free up as much money as I wanted us to. What do we have? $16 million to spend. So first, we're going to re-sign Baker. Dude, we can't afford to re-sign Baker. Dude, why does he want this much money? Obviously, quarterbacks get paid a lot, but I thought, with how low of an overall he is in Madden, he would not want this much money. We're just going to give him, a really low deal so that he declines it, and then we'll franchise tag him. And then we're not going to be able to re-sign any of the rest of these guys. Because that's going to be an expensive franchise tag. Yeah, $30 million. Puts us at negative $14 million cap space. It's whatever, I guess. We're not going to be able to sign any free agents, so we're going to get into the draft. Looking back, I think where I messed up with cap was maybe We should have let Mike Evans go, because if we're looking for longevity here, I don't really think Mike Evans going to be that guy for that much longer now that he's like, what, 31 in this sim. We're going to go ahead and see if we can, draft anybody. This right outside linebacker doesn't look terrible. Will Meeks. Meek Mill. We got B awareness, B hit power, A to C pursuit. I mean, A to C finesse moves too. He doesn't look bad, honestly. Let's go ahead and... I had some focus scouts. I wonder if we were able to... This guy's a round 2 to 3 talent, and he's projected to go first or second round. But he has A block shedding, A hit power, A tackle, B pursuit, B awareness, A play rec. This guy actually... It says he's a round 2 to 3 talent, but to me, he looks like a stud. I can't lie. I mean, a lot of these other DNs don't look amazing. I know we really needed like some O-linemen, but I feel like you can hit on good guards like at any point in the draft. And I don't think that we'll be able to get this DN unless we draft him right now. So I think we're going to go ahead and draft AJ Harris out of Stanford. And he's hidden dev, 92 strength. He's going to hopefully be like, a 73 overall, something like that. Because I don't think he's going to be a super high overall. I was mainly just looking for that hidden dev trait. Our next pick here, I would kind of like to draft like an O-lineman or something. But obviously I'm not going to just reach and take one if they look good. Because, I mean, look at Brian Graves with D power block and D run block. That's just straight up not going to cut it. But Javon Fenderson doesn't look bad. Neither does Ryan Hicks. There's some good guards left on the board, to be honest. Like, Jerry Casper actually looks not bad at all. How old did it say he was? He's 22. He had 36 bench reps, A impact blocking, A run block finesse, B pass block. This guy doesn't have like a single bad rating besides D pass block power, but he has A to C pass block finesse. And his awareness is a little scary, but I think even if this guy's normal, he's going to be a high overall, and he's actually hidden dev. I don't know how he had 89 strength with that many bench reps, but we're not going to question it. I'm going to go ahead and get into the third round where we have an extra pick, thanks to Levante David being traded away. Greg Webb is still on the board, who actually doesn't look bad. He is 23 years old. God, his combine was terrible. These are like actually decent ratings, but I just don't think I can bring myself to take him. Danny Posey doesn't look terrible, actually. He's 21 years old. He's not super fast, but I mean, he has A spec catch, A catch in traffic, but he has D release and C to F awareness. So I feel like he's going to be normal dev. If I can't find anybody better, though, I think Danny Posey is going to be who I'm going to take. But, I mean, Tyree Bingham also looks pretty good, and he was the second fastest receiver in the class. But he has F medium route. God. But he has B deep route, B to D release, B to D awareness. I mean, this guy, he's A to C catch in traffic. I think if I was going to take one of these receivers, I would take Bingham first. We don't need a tight end. We just traded for Kyle Pitts. The center doesn't look bad, and we could actually use him because our center's getting old. And this guy's good ratings. He's not a very good run blocker. C to F run block power, but he also has C to F pass block power. But he has A to C finesse, A run block finesse. I think I'm going to go ahead and take him. He did 32 bench reps and is the fastest center in the class. I'm going to go ahead and draft him. He's normal dev, but I'm actually confident in the fact that that guy's going to be a high enough overall to play, either this year or, in the future. We have one more pick here in the third round. Webb is still here, but I didn't like him very much. And Posey and Bingham are also still here. See, what's getting me about Posey is he has A catch in traffic. And he had bad release, I think it was. Or he also has F medium route. What was his release? D release. And low awareness. But his ratings, other than the ones that would convince me, he's 6'7". All right, this is too fun not to take him. We're taking him. And he's hidden dev. That's good. That's a really fun pick. I'm glad that we got him. A 6'7" rookie hidden dev receiver. Hopefully he's actually a good overall. This will probably be our last pick in this draft. I'm not too sure what I'm looking for right now. This free safety doesn't look bad, but we really have no use for him. This corner actually doesn't look terrible. Roman Hatchett, 22 years old. He's really strong, but I mean, he's not the fastest, and he has C to F awareness, but he has A press, B zone, A to C hit power. He does have D man coverage. I think that's the guy I'm planning on taking as of right now because I mean a lot of these guys don't look too good. I mean, Manuel Ramirez doesn't look terrible. He's a pass coverage linebacker, A zone coverage. I think I'm gonna take the corner. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take Roman Hatchet here out of Ohio State, 22 years old, another hidden dev player. So what we do 4 or 5 draft picks and we had only one normal dev. We're gonna go ahead and sim to the end of the draft and look at the draft recap. And we actually had like a pretty good draft. I'm pretty sure I called AJ Harris's overall on the dot, 73 overall. Casper's a 74. I'm pretty sure Esteban Menocall was our normal dev player, but he's a 73. Posey's a 70, and Hatchet is only a 69, but who knows? Maybe we'll find a way to get him in the lineup anyway, just because he has that hidden dev trait. When it comes to the whole entire draft class, there's an 80 overall fullback. Got picked in the 6th round. That's pretty funny. 79 receiver, 79 tight end, 77 halfback. I mean, it doesn't look like we missed out, on too much. Let's take a look at our lineup now that we got all these rookies, and then we'll go ahead and get into the season. So here's a look at the lineup. I actually want, dude, I want Posey to play. A 6'7" receiver is so sick. Maybe we just fucking trade Mike Evans, dude. I mean, I know we just re-signed him, and that would kind of be pointless. Maybe I should have drafted a safety now that I'm looking at this. I forgot we weren't able to re-sign ours. I don't know why I don't see our rookie corner anywhere. Here he is, Roman Hatchet. We're going to start him at our slot corner just because why not? That sounds fun. Maybe we start Posey as the slot wide receiver too. I think that could be fun. I think that's what we're going to do. If we could get him to an offensive rookie of the year, just imagine how sick that would be. He would become such a stud. I'm considering trading Mike Evans, even though we'd probably eat cap by doing that. But I don't know. Let's go ahead and get to the midseason, and we'll take a look at how everybody's doing. At the midseason, we're 4-2 again. We have the #1 defense in rushing, but we have the 16th offense points per game, 12th defense. We have some players that we need to re-sign, but first I want to look at our stats. Let's see how we're doing. Baker Mayfield, 24th in the league in passing yards, 13-7 touchdown interception ratio. Definitely not as good as last year, but he has a 69% completion percentage. Rashad White averaging 4 yards a carry, pretty much the same as before, 475 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mike Evans, 300 yards, 5 touchdowns. Chris Godwin, 300 yards, 1 touchdown. Kyle Pitts is really not getting the ball, but I mean, Posey has 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, which is not bad. I wish we could get the ball to Kyle Pitts more. I did forget to look at our scheme and change it, but I mean, we're winning games, so there's not too much of a point in doing so. Maybe next season we'll do that. But I want us to get Kyle Pitts the ball more because he's a stud. Tristan Wirfs allowed 3 sacks. I mean, we haven't allowed many sacks. 10 sacks so far? I mean, it's only been 6 games, but I've definitely seen a lot worse. Devin White's leading the team in tackles. Shaq Barrett has 3 sacks. KJ Britt with 1. Tyron Shoyika with 1. Don't see Vita Vea. Don't see the rookie in here anywhere. Let's see. Devin White has 3 TFLs, but Vita Vea with 3 TFLs. Shaq Barrett with 2. And then there's AJ Harris. He has 2 TFLs. I want him to get some sacks or something. I want to win, one of the rookies of the year somehow. Our new kicker hasn't missed any kicks. So now we need to look into re-signing our players that are ready to negotiate. Let's see who's in here. We have $130 million in cap space though, but I'm starting to see why. Yikes. Yeah, I see why. Shaq Barrett's 31. Maybe we make another trade, do the same thing we did with Lavonte David. But we're bringing back Tristan Wirfs. I'll even give him a 6-year deal. This offer is perfect. Kyle Pitts, I want to bring back. We traded for him. Don't really just want to, let him go. He's not interested, so I got to up this money a little bit. And he's excited to stay with the team. Chris Godwin, 28 years old. I don't remember if he was that interested or not. We'll up the money just a little bit. He was looking for better. We'll consider looking back at that at the end of the year. We're definitely going to bring back Carlton Davis. He's interested in the team, so I'll lower this a little bit. We're able to get him back, and I think we need to re-sign Baker, which we do. We can actually afford assigning him to a deal now. 4 years. I mean, we're going to keep him around, so I'll go ahead and make it 5. And he's excited to stay with the team. Treon Shlinka, we may as well bring him back. This is expensive for a 77 overall. Kind of glad he didn't accept that. I honestly am considering letting him go. Russell Gage, we don't really need to bring back. We have a rookie center to play after Ryan Jensen leaves, so and also he'll probably regress a little bit, so we're definitely going to look into re-signing him at the end of the year. I think I'm going to trade Shaq Barrett though. He's 31. He is X Factor, but he's going to lose that really soon. He actually doesn't want that much money though. Yeah, I'm not going to trade him. We'll re-sign him for 2 more years. And this offer is perfect. He can't wait till next year. The rest of these guys will wait till the next season to re-sign. Hopefully we can get Godwin back. We just had to spend a lot of money, so who knows if we'll be able to do that. But we're going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs and hopefully be able to repeat this first half of the season. And we're in the playoffs again. We only went 8-9 this year. It won the division. We have to play the Cowboys in the wild card, so that's not very good. We got a weekly award from week 18 though. And Corey Davis had 2 interceptions. Dude, he's been a beast for this team. I want to go ahead and look at our stats. I really hope that our rookies were able to play good, at the least. Baker, definitely a down season from last year, but still not bad. 3,300 yards, 31 touchdowns, 12 picks, 69% completion percentage again. Nice. Rashad White, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Chris Godwin, we didn't have a single 1,000-yard receiver, but Chris Godwin with 802 touchdowns, Mike Evans with 808 touchdowns, and Posey had 800 yards and 10 touchdowns, which will hopefully be enough for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think it might with 10 touchdowns. And then Kyle Pitts, only 400 yards, 6 touchdowns. We got to get him more involved. The O-line, I already see that Tristan Wirfs allowed 9 sacks, and then Godeke allowed 7, 5 from Casper, 4 from Jensen, and 1 from Mach. Defensively, Devin White led the team in tackles. We had 8.5 sacks out of Shaq Barrett, 5 from Shoyika, 3.5 from AJ Harris, and 8 TFLs. I don't think that's going to be enough for Defensive Rookie of the Year, but at least, he did something. 3 sacks from Vita Vea, 9 TFLs, and then interceptions. We had 3 from Devin White, 3 from Carlton Davis, 2 from Jamel Dean, 2 from Antoine Winfield, 1 from Shoyinka, and 1 from Ezian. Let's go ahead and look at the yearly awards. I doubt we had anybody in the race for MVP. We didn't. In the NFC awards, we didn't have anybody for Offensive Player of the Year. For Defensive Player of the Year, we also had nobody. Damn, we came in second place for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Looks like it goes to Cameron Huggins for the Vikings. That's honestly a bummer, but I guess it's whatever. We came in 4th and 6th place for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So at least our rookies, are playing good enough. Baker Mayfield was the 8th best quarterback in the NFC. I mean, I guess there's no other way around it. We just got to go ahead and sim this playoff game. This is really scary. We're playing, one of the most broken teams in this game. It looks like our defense was better than our offense this year. I'm using the same playbooks that I did before, so I don't really know what's going on there. But the Cowboys have the number 4 offense, the number 10 defense, and points per game. Who knows? Maybe we can get some bullshit win squeaked out here, but we all know it's going to happen. Let's go ahead and get our loss out of the way. We actually only lost by a field goal, which isn't too bad. We're going to sim to the offseason, and I'm going to look at our lineup, see if we had any dev traits or anything, and then we'll hop into the next season. So it looks like the Bills took down the Eagles in the Super Bowl 27-14. Let's take a look at the lineup here. Baker up to an 81 overall. Yeah, I knew we shouldn't have re-signed Mike Evans for that long. 85 overall normal dev. Where is our... Posey's down here. We'll move him up in the lineup in a bit. Our center retired. Okay, well, then I'm glad we drafted that center last year. The O-line definitely needs some work. The whole offense needs some work. It just looks ugly. We didn't have any dev-ups on defense either. But, I mean, the year definitely could have gone worse. Hatchett's up to a 73 overall. I don't know why he's normal dev. If he was hidden, it's whatever, I guess. So we're going to go ahead. We need to bring back Chris Godwin, hopefully. Probably ship off Mike Evans. I don't really see much of a point in him being here anymore. We may eat some cap for doing so. But, I mean, he's a normal dev now. I can't believe he went from superstar to normal instantly. He didn't even go to star. Like, he's just been regressing every year. Definitely made a mistake by re-signing him when I did. Let's take a look and see if we can re-sign these last players we have left. We have to bring back Godwin. God, dude. I mean, let's try to bring back Godwin, but if he doesn't want to accept this deal, like, then I don't give a fuck. Oh, he actually does want to come back. Good. And then we need to bring back Shoyinka. I mean, dude, he wants so much money. I'm not re-signing him. That's too much money for a 79 overall. He has been playing good for our team, but there's genuinely, like, no reason to pay that much money for somebody that's that low of an overall. We're going to sim to free agency. If it's a good class, I'm going to renegotiate some deals again and free up some money. because we could use some good free agents here. Let's take a look. Ooh, Brandon Ayuk. Dude, imagine. Because we definitely can't afford him right now. But if we could sign Brandon Ayuk, that would be insane. We could also honestly use Javon Holland, move him over to strong safety. But he's not even interested. Because if I was going to, like, at least Brandon Ayuk has interest in the team. Other than that, man, I don't really see, like, anybody really flashing here. I mean, Jalen Warren would be cool, but we don't really need him. Rashad White's about just as good. I'm definitely going to go try to free up some money, and we're going to see if we can sign Brandon Ayuk. I think that would be really good for the team. So we actually are going to go ahead and ship off Mike Evans. He's only an 84 overall normal dev. We're going to send him to the Jets for a 3rd and a 4th round pick. Maybe that freed up some money. Maybe it gave us less money. Yeah, it did give us less money. It's whatever. Now I'm going to go ahead and renegotiate deals, see if we can get Brandon Ayuk. And we were actually able to free up a decent amount of money. We have $44 million. I really only have one guy in mind that I'm going for right now, and it's Brandon Ayuk. 27 years old, X Factor. Wow, teams really want him. He is interested, so maybe if I give him, a better deal, we could be tied with them and hopefully win. That puts us in 2nd place, or technically just tied with all those other teams. He's interested in the team, though, so I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I will make some other offers to some other guys, like maybe Javon Holland. Can we afford him? We cannot afford Javon Holland. Let me go ahead and make some offers for some of these guys, and I'll show you guys everybody I offer to. So here are the guys we're going to go for. Brandon Ayuk, Baron Browning. I'm really hoping we get Ayuk. I mean, I don't think offering him... I'm going to offer him a little more money. I lied. I really want him. If I don't get him, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. I don't know how giving him more money moved us down. I mean, maybe just give him a little bit more. This is probably going to fuck up our future. We moved up a little bit there. Hopefully, we gave him, a $116 million deal. They both sign, and we got both of them. Oh my god, let's fucking go. I'm so happy we got Brandon Ayuk. I just gave up a lot of money for him. I'm sure that's going to come back to bite me in the dick later. But we're going to go ahead and get into the draft. I'm really happy that we were able to sign Brandon Ayuk. So here's a lineup going into the draft. Maybe we could draft like a better tackle, but I don't think we'll get anybody much better than a 79. Maybe draft somebody to come in and play later whenever we lose him. But Baker's up to an 81. We have a good receiving core, a good tight end. Defensively, there's definitely some holes. We could use better linebacker. Shaq Barrett, like I said, regressed insanely. He's down to a normal dev 78 overall. We could use another corner. We could definitely use a safety. But, the D-line looks good. We have 2 decent linebackers. Our other 2 are just a little iffy. I'm definitely looking to draft a safety, maybe an O-lineman, and maybe a corner. So let's see if we can get any of those positions. That would be super helpful. Let's go ahead and get into the draft. We're picking at number 19. There actually is a good corner who I scouted that says it's a round 1 talent. Connor Hancock. That's a pretty funny name. Bro signed the Declaration of Independence with the biggest signature. He only has C awareness, but he has B press, B hit power, A kick return, B is B zone, B man. He is 22 years old and he's 6'2" out of Georgia. I'm not going to put too much thought into this. I'm just going to draft him. 91 speed, 95 excel, hidden dev corner. Definitely going to find a spot on this roster. We're going to go ahead and get into our 2nd round pick. Hopefully we can find like a safety here, because safeties normally don't get drafted that early and also tend to be pretty high overalls. There is another pretty good looking corner here. And there is a safety that actually doesn't look terrible. Ernest Ferguson. He has A hit power, and he was the 3rd fastest safety and the 2nd strongest. He's 22 years old, 6'3", A block shed, A hit power, B to D zone, A to C play rec. His awareness is really low. His awareness being low makes me think he's going to be normal dev, but I think he's going to be a high enough overall that he's going to start anyway. We're not going to start him at free safety because we got Winfield up there. We're going to start him at strong safety, and we're going to go ahead and take him. And he is normal dev, but I think that guy could be like a 75 overall, somewhere around there, and, start for us. So I'm honestly okay with that pick. Safeties are kind of hard to hit on. They're either hidden dev 80 overalls, or they're just normal dev. I guess that's kind of with everybody, but they tend to be high overalls a lot, or you just completely miss on them. There is actually another safety. How stupid would it be to just take 2 and then see which one's better? This guy had a pretty similar combine because A to C awareness, B man, This guy actually kind of has better ratings, and he is 23 years old. This might be stupid, but fuck it, I'm gonna take him. He's also normal dev. Definitely was stupid. We now have 2 normal dev safeties from 1 draft, but we do have 2 picks here in the 3rd round. I want to see if we can maybe get an O lineman here. I don't really know what else I would need. This wide receiver doesn't look terrible, but we're gonna take a look at the O linemen that are here. This left tackle actually looks really good. Glenn Dobson, 22 years old. He was the fastest left tackle in the combine, but he was pretty weak. But he has B run block, B pass block power, A to C pass block finesse, B pass block. I think this is who I'm going to take. Glenn Dobson. He's obviously not going to start at left tackle because we have Tristan Wirfs, but he could play guard. He could play right tackle. We'll find a spot for him to play in. I think that guy's going to be a pretty good overall. We'll probably just do one more pick here in the draft, here in the 4th round. See if we can find, some hidden gem. There actually is another good corner here on the board. He does have D-man. But he's really fast, and he was strong. I actually really like this guy, Kyrie Crisp. If we don't find anybody that looks good in this draft, I think that's who I'm going to go with. But we do need a linebacker, and Damian Humphrey looks pretty good. He does have F power and F finesse moves. What kind of, was he like no, he's a run stopper. But he's A to C block shed, A to C hit power, B to D play rec, B pursuit. I did like that corner we looked at, but we just drafted a corner in the 1st round. So we're going to take Damian Humphrey. He's also normal dev. I kind of expected that, so I'm not too upset about it. I'm just hoping at least these guys are high enough overalls that they can play for us. I'm going to send to the end of the draft. I'll show you guys the draft recap. Yikes, dude. Both of the safeties we drafted were 60 overalls. The linebacker we drafted was a 64 overall. At least our corner's good. But, dude, that was an absolute stinker of a draft. Neither of those safeties we drafted are going to be able to start for us. Looking at the draft recap, this guy is a fucking stud. 82 overall middle linebacker, taken 4th overall. But, I mean, there was a better corner we could have taken. There were some pretty good players, and there was a safety we missed out on, but we didn't take our safety in the 1st round, so it's not like we could have gotten either of these safeties anyway. I'll show you guys a look at the lineup with our rookies in. Here's a look at the lineup. Maybe I move Dobson over to guard because it says right here he's a 75 overall right guard, and I don't think Mach played that good anyway. I don't remember that. I'm kind of speaking from my ass right there. But I want to start him. He's a rookie. He's going to develop probably faster because he's already a higher overall. The offense looks good, dude. I really can't complain. Baker's up to an 81. Rashad White's up to an 84. Defensively, there's definitely, some holes. I think this was a CPU pick. They drafted a hidden dev right outside linebacker. We'll at least just move him up to the backup. But, I mean, defensively, we definitely could look worse. I don't know why Vita Vea lost Superstar. I don't know if that already happened and I missed it. But I do want to start Hancock. At least move him to the 3rd corner. Maybe even move him into our slot corner. Yeah, the team's looking a lot better. I'm happy we got Brandon Ayuk. I think he's going to be a fucking stud. I'm thinking about making a scheme change this season. I'm not 100% sure. I probably will just because we go 9-8 and then 8-9 in the last 2 years. So maybe I'll change our scheme, but I'll see y'all at the midseason. At the midseason, we're 4-3. We have the 8th offense in points per game. We pretty much have the same record every midseason. We beat the Bills 42-17. I'm pretty sure they made the Super Bowl one of these previous years. Baker Mayfield got a weekly award, 4 passing touchdowns, almost 300 yards. Let's go ahead and take a look at our team's stats. Baker Mayfield is 5th in the league in passing yards, 14-5 touchdown interception ratio with 1,700 yards. Rashad White averaging around 4 yards a carry again, only 100 touches, but 6 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk with 400 yards and 7 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts with 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. The rest of our receivers, aren't doing too much, each with 300 yards. Godwin has 2 touchdowns. The O-line is holding up actually pretty good. Glenn Dobson has only allowed 3 sacks. Wirfs has only allowed 2. And our rookie, Jerry Casper, is that our rookie? No, our rookie is the one that allowed 3 sacks. I got a little confused there, but that's not too bad. Only allowing 3 sacks. It looks like Dennis is leading the team in tackles right now. Sacks, we have 5 from Shaq Barrett, 4 from Browning, 4 from Vita Vea, 1 from Dennis. And the TFLs, we have 10 from Vita Vea, 7 from Barrett, 7 from Browning, 5 from Devin White. We have 4 picks from Carlton Davis. He's been playing so good every single year. Dennis has 3 picks. Hancock has 2, 1 for Dean, 1 for Winfield, and 1 for Ezian. Our kickers have been playing good every year too. We need to take a look at which players we need to re-sign. Hopefully, we actually have some money to do so. We have 18 players ready to negotiate, and we have negative at $2.6 million. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there's anybody important to re-sign. It's just a bunch of bums. I would like to bring back Rashad White, but we could wait until the end of the year to do that. There's not much else to do besides get to the playoffs here. In year 3, we go 11-6, win the division again, and make the playoffs. Hopefully, we can actually get a playoff win this year. We had the third best offense in the league, but our defense was underperforming. I mean, can't really complain. We have a weekly award from week 18. It goes to Baker Mayfield, who had 300 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. And we had the second league in or second place offense in passing yards. So I mean, that's fucking sick. So Baker should have been up there. Yeah, he was second in the league in passing yards, or he had pretty much 4,500, 34 touchdowns to 12 picks. I want to say that's his third year in a row with this 69% completion percentage. Rashad White averages around 4 yards a carry again, 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns. Receiving, Ayuk 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts finally with his breakout year, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. 900 yards for Posey, 4 touchdowns, and 700 yards for Godwin with 4 touchdowns. Hopefully the O-line held up as good as they did previously. 9 sacks from Tristan Wirfs. I've realized, like, in this game, it's always your highest overall O-lineman that allows the most sacks, which is really weird. We had 7 sacks from Dobson, 5 from how do you even say this? Godicki, 3 sacks from Casper, and 2 from Minokel. Defensively, Dennis led the team in tackles. We had 13.5 sacks from Shaq Barrett, so I guess him regressing didn't change much. I'm glad we re-signed him. 8 sacks from Browning, 6.5 from Vita Vea, 3 from Cansey. We had 15 TFLs from Shaq Barrett, 15 from Vita Vea, 11 from Browning, 10 from Dennis, 9 from Devin White, and 8 from AJ Harris. 5 picks from Dennis, 5 picks from Carlton Davis. He's probably been averaging like around 5 picks a year. Like, he's been playing insanely good. Hancock with 4 picks. Maybe that's enough for Defensive Rookie of the Year, not 100% sure. 2 for Winfield, 1 for White, and the rest of these guys. Our kicker only missed 1 kick on the year. Baker should have been in the running for MVP. I don't think he won it. He actually came all the way in 8th, which is a little surprising. He did throw a lot of picks, so I guess it's not that surprising. We're 10th place for Coach of the Year, too. Offensive Player of the Year, Brandon Ayuk came in 6th place, and Rashad White actually came in 9th. Defensive Player of the Year, Dennis actually came in 2nd place. How do you even say this first name? Cervaca Dennis. And Shaq Barrett came in 6th place. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we didn't have any. I don't even think we have any offensive rookie starting, but Hancock did win Defensive Rookie of the Year, so that's going to get him a dev trait upgrade. Baker was the 3rd best quarterback in the NFC, so Baker's just getting better and better. The Bucs should do this in real life and keep him around and build around him, and the same thing will happen. But enough yapping. First, I want to see who got the breakout. Maybe it was Davis, and he's going to hit X Factor. That'd be pretty cool. No, it's Merriweather. I don't even care about the breakout. I want to get our first playoff win of the rebuild. We're going to go ahead and send this out, see if we can beat the 9-8 Atlanta Falcons. Please. And we lost, dude. We lost by 8 points. I guess let's see if we got the breakout. Well, he got the breakout. Who even fucking cares, bro? Like, oh, that's so frustrating. How are we not winning, like, any playoff games? Let's go ahead and see how we played in the game, I guess. Because I don't really see how that happened. We lost by 8 points. Baker threw 3 touchdowns and 3 picks. Okay, I guess I see why. Baker played good all year long and then threw 3 picks in the wild card. Desmond Ridder, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Bijan Robinson also ran it down our fucking throats. We had 65 yards from Rashad White. Brandon Ayuk had a crazy game, though. 5 receptions, 137 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Pitts with 83 yards and a touchdown. I mean, unfortunately, Baker just sold the game for us. Made the playoffs 3 years in a row, haven't won a single playoff game. Starting to get a little annoying. Starting to get a little worried, too. Let's go ahead and get into the offseason. I think we need to change our defensive scheme. I did change both of our playbooks, but clearly the defense is not cutting it because we had like one of the worst defenses in the league, and the offense was insanely good. Let's go ahead and get into the offseason, take a look. Maybe we got some dev traits. I know we got at least one because we won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Looks like the Lions win the Super Bowl against the Bengals, 28-21. Take a look at the team. Baker's up to an 84, no dev trait, but Dobson is actually superstar, which is sick. Let's take a look at the defense, and yeah, Hancock is a 79 overall superstar now. That's our only... Didn't Merriweather hit his His breakout? So they just took his dev trait? I don't even care. I'm giving it back to him. Yeah, so I went ahead and gave Merriweather his dev trait back. I don't see the point in hitting a breakout that late in the season is if they're just going to take it away after he hits it. He's probably not even going to be on the team that much longer. He's not that high of an overall, and I'm looking to hopefully draft a safety better. But I mean, the team's not looking bad. Like our linebacker core looks bad, but like Dennis and Shaq Barrett are both playing like insanely good for us right now. So I mean, even though like the defense doesn't look that good because of our linebacker core, like our two lowest overall linebackers are playing like the best for us. So I can't even really be too upset about it. I don't know why we keep losing in the playoffs. It's actually really frustrating. We need to get into our players we need to re-sign. We need to bring back Rachaad White. I think he was like the only important player we need to re-sign. Maybe we have like a fifth-year option somewhere in there that I didn't see. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have negative at $2.5 million, so we need to free up some cap space. Yeah, we do have a fifth-year option for Cansey, but not too much going on. I do need to like reconstruct like maybe one or two deals just so we can bring back Rachaad White. So let me do that real quick. So we freed up some cap space. We now have $22 million to spend. The only thing we really need to do is bring back Rachaad White, because this fifth-year option I think is more expensive than it's going to cost to bring back Cansey. So let's see if we can get back Rachaad White. I don't even remember if he was interested, but he does accept this. So that's actually going to leave us like around $15 million to spend in free agency. So that's actually good to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the free agent class. I'm trying to think. We could probably use like a safety, another, like we do need another linebacker, but at the same time we don't really that bad just because they're playing fine anyways. Let's go ahead and take a look at the class. We have Zach Martin's in here. Definitely can't afford that. It's just a bunch of O-linemen. I mean, just a bunch of old dudes too. I mean, so let me take a look at this class. If there's anybody I shoot any offers at, we'll show you guys. So the only player I'm targeting here is Malcolm Rodriguez. We're pretty much tied with everybody else that sent him an offer. I don't feel like giving him, a bunch of money because I'm not that interested. He doesn't sign. I'm not going to really go for anybody else in free agency because all those really old O-linemen we're not even going to be able to afford. So we don't really have anything else to do other than get into the draft. I'm thinking it's about the time where I'm going to try to avoid doing what I've done in every rebuild, where at the end I just blow up the team and build a God squad. But I am willing to part ways with like a first-round pick from this year and, get like a stud that could help us on defense. I'm not 100% sure because, if we could use a first-round pick on somebody that we're not going to be able to get that high of an overall player in the draft, I don't see a point in not doing so. So actually, I'm looking at the mock draft here, and there's actually a pretty good safety that I think I'm going to draft. And we actually have the 24th pick, and it wants us to take a quarterback, even though we have like an 85 overall quarterback that's been playing fine. But I'm going to trade down to 30, see what I can get. I probably won't get that much because it's already late in the draft, but I'm going to try to draft Melvin Porter and see what I can get by trading down to 30. So we're trading down to pick 30, and we get their second round pick, and we had to give up our fourth round for this year. I think that's actually pretty decent value. Hopefully that safety that we want to take is still going to be there at that point in the draft. So we're going to go ahead and get into the draft, send to our pick, and let's hope that he's there. Come on, baby. Was this him, Melvin Porter? I think this was him. Yep, Melvin Porter, 22 years old out of LSU. Good combine. He has good ratings. A awareness, B block shed, A finesse moves, A hit power, B pursuit. His coverages could be better, but this guy's a stud. Okay, he's normal dev. Watch, that guy's going to be like a 76, 77 overall, and he's somehow normal dev. Like, I'm so positive that guy's a high overall. I mean, maybe we'll start him over Merriweather, whatever his name is. Maybe not. There's another safety, but maybe I should, learn my lesson and not draft two safeties back-to-back like I did last time. This guy's the second strongest safety is B awareness, A block shed, A hit power, A to B stamina, B pursuit. What if I just did it again? I mean, what other positions do we even really need? I mean, we could maybe use like a right tackle. This guy's F run block. Can I really take a tackle that has F run block? You know what? Fuck what everybody else thinks. Was this him? Raheem Teague. This was him. Fuck it, we ball. Watch this. Okay. Was that even the same guy? Am I a fucking idiot? Whatever, dude. We still have another pick in this round anyway. So, for future reference, to me, I will never be drafting two safeties back-to-back ever again. That's the second time I did it. And the second time it didn't work. So, I mean, let's take a look at some of these other guys. I probably should have looked at the linebackers first now that I think about it. Um, I mean, this guy actually doesn't look bad. Darren Bartow out of LSU. He's 21 years old. A to B finesse moves, A to B power moves, A play rec. Ooh, this guy's kind of a stud. Fuck it, we ball. We're taking him. Wait, did I fucking skip my pick? Don't tell me. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. All right, well, hopefully he's still there. I literally just shit my pants. I thought I skipped over my pick. Yeah, here he is. We're going to go ahead and take Darren Bartow out of LSU. Damn, I keep thinking these guys are going to be hidden dev. I'm drafting like shit today. That's all I can say. I don't even think we have our 4th round pick this year. We don't. Maybe I'll do another pick after this one, but maybe not. I mean, this draft class isn't that good anyway. Or maybe I'm the problem and I just don't know how to draft. This linebacker doesn't look terrible. Tim Graham, he's 23 years old. But I mean, B power moves. That's like his only good rating. B to D finesse moves. That guy's going to be like a 65 overall. I don't think I'm going to take him. This corner actually looks good. We don't even need a corner, but he has A man and A press. He's a 23, but he's 6'4". Those are really his only good ratings. If there's like a right tackle that looks better than these two guys, I will take the right tackle. This guy doesn't look terrible. Fuck it. Let's go! We got a hidden dev. That guy's going to be like a 67 overall, and it's going to be... He's just going to have hidden dev for no reason. It's whatever. I'm just hoping that safety we took that was normal dev is at least like a high overall, because I think he is going to be. I don't know why that guy wasn't hidden dev. I guess we're about to find out. But hopefully that linebacker with hidden dev is a high overall. That's the main thing I care about as of right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the draft recap. Oh, and he's a 75. That's actually not bad. And I knew it. The one guy that's hidden dev is the lowest overall out of all. Or wait, no. Okay, I'm an idiot. The CPU took a middle linebacker after us, I think. Yeah. But our two safeties, I mean, they're high overalls. I don't get how a 22-year-old 75 overall is a normal dev. But I mean, he could probably start at free or at strong safety for us. Let's go ahead and take a look, because Merriweather did hit that breakout, so maybe it's just smarter to leave him in. But he's like kind of older, so he's not going to develop that much. Dude, Brandon Ayuk's up to a 99 overall. That's pretty sick. Maybe we could have drafted like a center, but 78 overall really isn't bad. And we didn't need a right tackle because Dobson actually is over here playing right tackle now. Let's see. And we did sign Browning. I forgot. Or no, we already had Browning. Where's Shaq Barrett? Oh, he's a backup now. I think I'm actually going to start him over Diaby because he just plays so good in this game. I don't really see a point in not. Wait, was I right? Yeah, the lower overall was the hidden dev. I mean, I don't think I even start him. There's no point. But Porter is a high enough overall to be our starting strong safety. So, I mean, that's good, I guess. We need to sign a kicker. And other than that, yeah, we just need to sign a kicker. There's not much else we need to do. Maybe I should have just traded our first round pick. I just thought that safety that I saw in the mock draft was a good looking player. But apparently I was wrong. Maybe he'll just get like 10 picks and win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then he'll become a good player. But, I'm going to go ahead and sign us a kicker, but I don't need to show you guys that. I'm going to show you guys our record at the midseason. And we're 5-2 at the midseason with the number 3 offense in points per game, the number 13 defense. I didn't even change our defensive playbook. We're just allowing a lot of passing yards, honestly, which is weird because I feel like we have pretty decent corners. We have 17 players ready to negotiate. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We have $51 million to spend. To re-sign Kancey, Jamel Dean. I definitely want to bring back Jamel Dean. He only wants 1 year. He was pretty interested. I could probably lower this just a little bit. And he thinks that's a good offer. Kancey, let me take a look at actually how he's been playing. Because if he's been playing good, I'll bring him back. If he hasn't been doing much, not much of a point. He has a sack and 5 TFLs. Definitely could be worse, so I'll probably bring him back if he accepts this deal. And that's exactly what he wanted. I do want to bring... Dude, as I'm doing this, I'm watching the Buck game. Devin White just picked up a fumble or picked him off or something. So that's a sign that I need to bring him back. So we're going to bring him back for 4 years. He doesn't want to re-sign. We'll look into it at the end of the year. Baron Browning would be nice to bring back. He's pretty interested. I'll lower this a little bit. Okay, he doesn't want to come back either. We definitely want to bring back Vita Vea. I probably should have tried to do that first. Actually, we'll do that at the end of the year too. He'll regress more and it'll be cheaper. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats. Baker's 5th in the league in passing yards with a 16-4 touchdown interception ratio, 1,800 yards. Rachaad White already has 700 yards, 5.7 per carry, 10 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk with almost 600 yards, 6 touchdowns. Posey with 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Godwin with 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. We're spreading the ball around. I like to see that. And again, Tristan Wirfs is allowing the most sacks every year. It's just how this game is. Like, it's so dumb. Dobson with 4, 2 for Casper, 2 for whatever. Dennis is leading the team in tackles. Sacks, we have a 3.5 from Vita Vea, 3 from Devin White, 3 from Browning, 3 from Diaby. We definitely need better, like, pass rushers now that I'm looking at this, because it's kind of been this, like, bad every year. 7 TFLs from Browning, 5 from Cansey, 4 from Vita Vea. Only 1 pick from Antoine Winfield. Matt Gay's missing kicks. This is definitely the best Baker's been at this point in the season, so that's good to see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We just got to go ahead and get into the playoffs. And at the end of year 4, we are 13-4, number 8 offense and defense in points per game. This is definitely the best year we've had so far. I mean, that's obvious based off the record. Baker Mayfield was 2nd in the league in passing yards, 4,700 yards, 34 touchdowns to 8 picks, 74% completion percentage. Definitely his best season yet. Rachaad White with his best season yet, 1,300 yards and 19 touchdowns. Receiving, we had 3 1,000 yards receivers, 1,000 from Kyle Pitts, 10 touchdowns, 1,100 from Brandon Ayuk as well for 10 touchdowns, 1,000 from Posey with 7 touchdowns, and 800 from Godwin with 6 touchdowns. I don't know why this game loves to make the best O linemen allow a bunch of sacks. We had 12 allowed from Tristan Wirfs. The rest of the line did okay. Defensively, Dennis led the team in tackles again. We didn't get very many sacks again. Browning was 6.5. Harris was 6.5. 5.5 from Vita Vea. 4 from Devin White. But we got a bunch of TFLs. 16 from Vita Vea. 11 from Browning. 11 from Harris. 11 from Cansey. Interceptions, we got 2 from Winfield and 2 for Carlton Davis. 1 for a few guys, including Hancock. And Matt Gay is the worst kicker we've signed so far. Looks like Baker wasn't even in the MVP race. I was actually expecting to see Baker somewhere up here, so that's, weird. But we came in 5th for Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, we came in 7th place with Rachaad White. Defensive Player of the Year, we had nobody. Offensive Rookie of the Year, it looks like Preston Palmer came in 6th place. I don't even know who this is, to be honest. I don't think I drafted him. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had nobody in the running, and Baker was the 5th best quarterback in the NFC, almost leading the league in passing yards, only throwing 4 picks. That's a little weird, but I mean, not too bad. And we're playing the 8-9 Seahawks, so this is our time to get our first playoff win. Their defense was somehow the 24th in pass yards and 21st in rush yards, but 11th in points per game. Regardless, though, there is genuinely no reason we shouldn't get our first playoff win here. Year 4, we went 13-4. Everybody had their best season yet, and we get our first playoff win of the video. We got a weekly award from Baker Mayfield, 300 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 24 yards on the ground. It's awesome to see. I'm so happy we got our first playoff win. Playing the 12-5 Vikings, they only have an 83 overall defense, but they had the 3rd best offense in points per game. But our defense was definitely better. Our passing, they have the best passing yards per game, and we have the 2nd best. So this is going to be a good game. We're going to go ahead and sim to the NFC Championship, see if we can make it. Come on. Oh my God. We make it to the NFC Championship year 4 with Baker Mayfield at the quarterback. Wins another weekly award, almost 300 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Here's the bad part, though. We're playing against the Dallas Cowboys. Number 1 offense in points per game, number 14 defense. This team is just insane in this game every single year. We're going to hop in and watch. I'm not going to be playing. If y'all saw my Detroit Lions video, you know why. Hopefully we can at least keep it close, dude, because the Cowboys are genuinely so broken in this game. I just hope we can do good. And it looks like we got to stop, but they also got to stop and go and score a touchdown. We tie it up 7-7. They get a field goal to go up 3. We drive down the field and get a touchdown to go up 4. They kick another field goal. We're up by 1 at halftime. Get the ball back. They get on the board and go up by a touchdown. We get on the board with a field goal. Looks like they're trying to walk away with this. Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, if we get a stop here, it's doable. And we did get a stop, but we're not able to get down the field. Hey, I will take it. Year 4, we make the NFC Championship, only lose by a touchdown to the Dallas Cowboys. I wasn't really expecting to win that game. I'm just glad we kept it, somewhat close. If we could have, we had like that one drive with 1 minute left where we had a chance to get a touchdown. Imagine if we would have been able to get that. But we weren't, let's not dwell. We're going to go ahead and get into the offseason. We'll take a look at who wins the Super Bowl, see if we got any, dev upgrades. And yeah, we'll see. So it looks like the Cowboys do go on to win the Super Bowl 21-14 against the Jaguars. Let's take a look at the lineup, see if maybe we got any dev trade upgrades. And Rachaad White went up to Superstar, and that's looking like about it. But Baker has a plus 10 morale. We definitely need to, get this shit rolling before he starts regressing. And then defensively, it doesn't look like we have any dev trait upgrades, but Porter's up to an 81 overall. He does have a plus 2 morale boost, but the defense looks good. I know we need to re-sign Vita Vea, and I also need to, free up cap space so that we're actually able to do so. How much money does it say we have? Oh, it says we have $30 million. I swear we had less than that before. Maybe I had, made an offer that somebody didn't accept. But we definitely need to get Vita Vea back. I'm pretty sure we need to re-sign Devin White, too. I think that's what it was. We tried to re-sign Devin White, and he didn't accept it. But we just made the NFC Championship, so he should be actually interested now. And he's not. That's pretty weird. Well, let's go ahead and try to get Vita Vea back. Dude, he wants so much money. I think I'm going to let Vita Vea go. It's sad to say. I like Vita Vea. He's been playing pretty good for us, but I mean, I can't afford to do that right now. Because the thing is, we could also try to get him in free agency, Oh, I just accidentally offered him the same offer I made him before, but that's not what matters. We need to try to bring back Devin White at least. And we got the deal done. Let's get into free agency. I'm not going to accept that 5th-year option. We'll just re-sign him when the time comes. Maybe we'll bring back Vita Vea in free agency. Maybe we'll, find somebody better we could use. But I guess we're going to see. Before we get into free agency, for the 10th time in a row, we're going to see if we can clear up some cap space by renegotiating deals. And then maybe that'll make it easier to, bring back Vita Vea. So we were actually able to free up a little bit of money. We got $36 million now. I want to bring back Vita Vea. There are good free agents here. It would be nice to sign Jonathan Taylor. We actually may be able to afford Vita Vea and Jonathan Taylor. Let me make this offer for Vita Vea. See, how it's looking. Because we did just re-sign Rachaad White. See, we're his only offer. So we can actually lower this down more than I expected and then make an offer for Jonathan Taylor. Because, this would be a really good addition to the team, even though we do... Oh, wow. Teams really want Jonathan Taylor. Dude, teams really fucking want Jonathan Taylor. Oh, yeah, we're not getting Jonathan Taylor. I guess let's take a look at, other things we could try to do. Maybe we bring O'Neal over here. Can't afford that. I forgot we weren't able to bring back Baron Browning. I guess let's just make him this offer. It makes us tied, and he is interested in the team. So we'll make these offers, and we're able to bring back both of them. We're gonna get into the draft, and like I said last year, I'm gonna think about making a trade. Maybe parting ways with our 1st-round pick, because now that we're to the point where we're making an NFC Championship, we could maybe make a push for the Super Bowl. So I wouldn't necessarily consider this blowing up the team, because I'm not giving up all of our capital for the next 5 years. I did have to give up our 1st and 2nd from this year, our 2nd and 3rd from next year, a 4th and 5th from 29. For Thibodeau and Evan Neal, I think Thibodeau's going to be that edge rusher that we need on this team to, actually get sacks for us. And I also think I'm going to play Evan Neal at guard. But I think this is going to be a good addition for the team right here. And we actually kept our 3rd-round pick for this year, so we could actually maybe, draft somebody. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup now. Okay, and I'm going to move Evan Neal over to left guard. Here we go. So the O-line looks really good now. Our receiver core looks really good now. I also forgot that Rachaad White hit superstar, so I'm actually glad I didn't sign Jonathan Taylor. But now we have a really good edge rusher in Kayvon Thibodeau. We could technically use another middle linebacker, but I mean, it's really not that big of a deal right now. I think that this is good how it is. We're going to go ahead and get into the draft. I mean, I'll probably only do like 2 picks or so because we have, none of our early draft picks. Yeah, we pick round 3, pick 29. So obviously it's okay if we don't like hit anything here, but let's take a look and see, if there's any talent left anywhere on the board here. Can I go down to make your selection? And this linebacker doesn't look bad. This corner doesn't look terrible. Bradley Bowen, but he's 24 years old. Yeah, and he had 7 bench reps. Wow, that's that's something. What was I thinking that we could... Oh, yeah, middle linebacker. I don't hate this guy. What's his name? Frank Beverly. Oh, wow. He's a stud. A to C awareness, A to C catching, A to C finesse, A to C power moves, B to D tackle, B man cover. Dude, I think this guy's actually going to be good. And he's only 21 out of Ohio State. This guy might actually be hidden dev too, and he is. So that's going to be our new middle linebacker to play alongside Devin White. We're going to do one more pick here. I don't really even know what I'm looking for because our team's kind of stacked. I kind of want to get another corner just because some of our corners are a little old. But, I mean, I feel like there's not going to be many good corners left. Ooh. Sean Bowright actually looks good. He's 21 years old. He's not fast, but he's strong. And he has A press, B zone, B to D man. I mean, he's probably not going to be hidden dev or anything, but I think this guy's going to be good enough overall that if we end up having some of those dudes retire or something, that he'll be able to play. I'm not too concerned about the rest of these picks. We'll sim to the end, and I'll show you guys the draft recap. So here's a look at the draft recap. Beverly is only a 71 overall, but I think I'm going to start him anyway. Let's go ahead and take a look at the whole league. There was an 81 overall receiver who went second overall to the Dolphins. 78 overall corner, another 378 overall corners. Looks like that was a good corner class, but we didn't even have any good draft picks anyway. Let's go, get this season started. We're gonna go ahead and sim to the midseason, and I'll show you guys how everyone's doing. And somehow we have the worst start to a season so far with our best team. I don't know how that is. Maybe Baker Mayfield's not playing so good. Let's see. He is 15th in the league in passing yards. So he's pretty much back to how he was playing when we first started this off. I mean, 3-3 isn't terrible. And Rachaad White hits superstar and starts playing worse. That makes sense, I guess. Kyle Pitts is playing good at least. Almost 500 yards, 9 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. The rest of the receivers aren't doing, too amazing. Tristan Wirfs actually hasn't allowed a sack, though. But we got 4 allowed from Dobson, 2 from Casper. Devin White's leading our team in tackles. Now that I'm thinking about it, I forgot to put in our rookie middle linebacker, which is kind of stupid because he could end up winning Defensive Rookie of the Year or something and get a dev trait, which obviously is kind of unlikely, but it'd still be nice for him to be getting reps. I didn't even generate the best lineup whenever we did our draft either. So that's my bad. I do want him to play because this guy's a normal dev, so he's not going to be developing at all, and Beverly will be. But now I need to go back, take a better look at the stats because we had just started looking at the defense, and it reminded me that I didn't put in our rookie. Let's go ahead, take a look. That's the awards, not the stats. Let's go ahead and take a look at the defense and see if maybe Thibodeau's actually getting some sacks for us. That's what I'm really hoping. And he only has 3. 4.5 from Browning, 4 from Vita Vea, 9 TFLs from Harris, 6 from Cansey, 5 from Browning, and interceptions we have 1 from Devin White, 1 from Jamel Dean. I don't understand how we went 13-4, got a better team, and we're 3-3. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the playoffs. And we actually did better in the second half of the season. We went 10-7, made the playoffs, 16th offensive points per game, 17th defense. Let's see if we did better statistically. Baker was 5th in the league in passing yards, 32-13 touchdown interception ratio. Back to throwing a sexy 69% completion percentage. Rachaad White, I guess, did better the second half of the season, 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 1,100 yards and 15 touchdowns. Posey with 800 yards, 2 touchdowns. Godwin with 800 yards, 2 touchdowns. The O-line, it looks like Dobson allowed 9 sacks, Casper was 7, Menacall with 7, and Tristan Wirfs actually didn't lead our team in sacks allowed this year, and Evan Neal actually only allowed 3 sacks, so that was a pretty good signing. Hopefully we were able to actually get some sacks this season. Kayvon Thibodeau actually got 11 sacks. I think that's the highest anybody on our team has had. Browning had 9, 8.5 from Vita Vea, 4.5 from Harris. Vita Vea had 16 TFLs, Harris with 15, Thibodeau with 13, Cansey with 11, and Carlton Davis got 2 picks. Dude, how many picks has this guy gotten in this rebuild total? Like, he's just a ball hawk. Devin White with 1, Winfield with 1, Dean with 1. Let's take a look at the yearly awards. Don't think we won any of them. Coach of the Year, we weren't in the running. Deebo Samuel wins Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. And Kayvon Thibodeau actually came in 8th place, so that's good to see. We didn't have any rookies starting on offense, and our middle linebacker obviously wasn't anywhere in here because he didn't even play for a lot of the year. Baker Mayfield was the 8th best quarterback in the NFC. I mean, hopefully we can get another playoff win here. I mean, I'm not as confident as I was the previous years, even though this is the best team we've built so far. We are playing a team with a higher overall and a better record. We're just going to go ahead and send this game out, see if we can win, get to the divisional maybe. And we do, and we're going to be taking on the 49ers. We won 24-21. Vita Vea got 6 tackles and 2 sacks, winning the weekly award from the wild card game. Let's just go ahead and send this one out again. We're playing the 89 overall 49ers, another team with 1 higher overall and 1 more win than us on the season. Oh, that's sad to see. We will lose by 1 point. Baker Mayfield threw for 2 passing touchdowns and almost 300 yards. I think we're going to do 1 more season. You know, maybe there'll be a good free agent class. I don't really know what to do, though, because I feel like our team's really good. We have a good receiving core. We have a good tight end. Our O-line maybe could be a little better, but I got us better pass rush. We have a good secondary. So I don't know. I don't really know what the problem is because our defense and offense were kind of mid that year, and I'm using the same playbooks as I did when we went 13-4. The Cowboys win another Super Bowl. I guess let's check if anybody retired because we're pretty deep into the rebuild here. And no, we have no retirements, which is really good to see. We need to advance the week to re-sign any players we need to. We only have 25 mil. Probably be just another game of just reconstructing contracts. That's pretty much all this game is just every season reconstructing contracts, which is weird because I don't know if the game so the game makes it where you can reconstruct contracts, but for some reason the CPU controlled teams don't know how to do it, I guess, which is pretty weird because they just always end up insanely broke. We're going to bring back Carlton Davis. Hopefully he can get us a bunch of picks again this year. We need to bring back Casper. And after this, we're probably going to have to renegotiate some deals because I want to bring back Harris. He's been playing good. Posey's been playing good. We need to bring back Evan Neal. We need to bring back Jamel Dean. I honestly probably won't bring back Chris Godwin down to an 81 overall normal dev. Let me try to renegotiate some of these contracts, and we'll try to re-sign the rest of these players. So we were able to free up a little bit of money. We got $32 million now. So we definitely, I'm not going to accept that. We're going to the last year anyway. I do want to bring back Harris, give him a 3-year deal just so that maybe I can lower it a little bit. And he's glad to get the deal done. I want to bring back Posey, especially now that we're going to be losing Godwin, because I'm not going to re-sign him. I do want to bring back Evan Neal. Dude, we're going to run out of money because I need to bring back Jamel Dean. Or should I just, I'm not going to bring him back. And we still need to re-sign Vita Vea again, too. Fuck, dude. Well, we don't really have much of a choice. We're just going to let them go to free agency, look at the class, and try to, I don't know, maybe free up more money somehow, magically. Maybe I missed a couple restructures. I'll take a look at it. Because, I mean, we're going to need that money for this free agent class because we're going to need to try to bring back Vita Vea and, maybe sign actual good free agents, too. Yeah, I don't really think there's any way to free up any more money. I pretty much renegotiated all the deals I possibly could. Baker's down to normal dev, 82 overall. We need a center. We need another receiver. We need a D-tackle. I mean, if we can get just a decent D-tackle and a decent center, I think the team will still be good enough this last year to, make something happen. But we don't have any money, dude. God. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see if there's a good center we can get here. This is the guy that we had, and we can't afford to bring him back. Yeah, we're gonna have to go for one of these way cheaper guys, like a 70 overall dude. This guy wants $3 million a year. And I don't think he's gonna get many offers, so I can make him a really cheap offer. Just somebody, you know, that can fucking play football. See if we can get a D tackle too. We're not gonna be able to bring back Vita Vea. Can we? No, we can't afford this. I guess we can go for Wilcox. Maybe he won't get offers or something, and I'll get. Oh, I just realized what I did. Can I afford this? I can. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're not winning that. Yeah, let's withdraw that offer. We're gonna have to go for somebody way worse than that. We'll go for. I guess we'll go for maybe like Jerry Hodges. Yeah, we'll go for Jerry Hodges. Gonna have to lower the money again because we have no money. Let's take a look. Is that yeah? We're his only offer. So we are the only offer for the two people we targeted. Maybe we can sign both of them. They're both really holding out. Nobody's gonna sign you, bruh. We're able to get the center. We're gonna have to sim a week to see if we can get the D tackle because I don't have enough of the like eval offers things left. See if I have my first round pick. Oh, we actually do have our first round pick. Let me see if I can maybe get another receiver, a center, or a D tackle or something with our $1.39 million. If not, we'll get into the draft. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. We're just going to get into the draft. Let's just go ahead and sim to our pick. Hopefully there's a good receiver we can take because we only have 2 receivers now. This tight end looks really good, but we don't need him at all. This receiver looks pretty good. Dwight Dyson. But he's not projected to go to the 2nd or 3rd round, but we don't have a 2nd or 3rd round pick. B spec catch, B release, A to C catch and traffic, A to C awareness. He's strong. He's 22 years old, 6'2", out of Clemson. Let's just take him because we need a receiver. And he is hidden dev. Perfect. With this next pick, I would like to get either a center or a D tackle. I feel like we're more than likely to get a center because I feel like there's not going to be a good tackle left. Holy shit, how is this guy still left? Like, we don't need this guy. This guy looks like a stud. B to D awareness, A to C block shedding, A to C power moves, B pursuit, B to D play right. Dude. Like, I want to take him, but we have no purpose for him. I mean, maybe we'll come back to him if there's not a good looking, like, center. Oh, there really isn't that good of a center. Let's look at D tackle. Well, guess we're just going to take the linebacker even though we don't need him. Woke up at Tyron Combs to the Buccaneers. Oh. I honestly was expecting that guy to be hidden dev. Cannot lie to you. Maybe he's a high overall. Who cares? I don't think we would have got anything better at center or D tackle. God, the team's going to look stinky this year, and we're coming off a first round exit in the playoffs. Like, this last year, I already know is going to be extremely underwhelming. Yeah, let's just go ahead. Generate the best lineup. I mean, the O-line could be worse. Like, it's only our center that's bad. And then now that we have Dyson in the lineup, our receiving core isn't terrible. Defensively, a 77 D tackle isn't bad. Like, I can't complain about that. And we have 2 superstar corners. I do wish our 3rd corner was better, but, there's not much you can do about that except maybe I move Teague down to corner. I wonder what overall he would be at corner. He's a 72 at corner. I mean, not an upgrade at all. I'm just going to leave him there anyways because who gives a fuck. But, I mean, the defense, like, looks good. The dev traits really aren't there, but we have a pretty good linebacking core, good cornerback duo. We don't have a kicker. But, I mean, this is definitely the worst Baker's look since we started this. But I didn't show all the draft recap. Yeah, who cares about the draft recap? Let's get into the next season. I don't know. Maybe some money will free up or something once, like, the season starts. I don't know really. Like, I don't know how the salary cap works in this game because sometimes that's just how it goes. If that is somehow how it works, maybe I'll make, like, a trade or something. We do have $3 million. Is there anything we can get with that we could use? I don't really think so. Because, like, what do we need? We need, like maybe we could afford, like, a shitty, like, third corner. Let me take a look. So we're going to trade for this young corner and this young center from the Bengals. I did give up, like, a decent amount, but, you know, I didn't do what I said I was going to try to avoid doing, which was just blowing the team up and giving up every possible draft pick, you know, because I definitely have done that in the past, but now we have an upgrade at center, and we have a better third cornerback. So there obviously is still holes in this defense, but this is the last season, so we're going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs. And at the end of the last season, we're 12-5 and in the playoffs again. Have we made the playoffs every year? We had the 9th offense in points per game and the 8th defense. Go ahead and take a look at the award or the stats here. Baker was 6th in the NFL in passing yards, 38-7 touchdown interception ratio, 71% completion percentage. One of his better seasons so far. Rachaad White has one of his worst seasons so far, but Joe Dotson got 10 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts with 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk got 18 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. The O-line, Tristan Wirfs allowed 7 sacks. Is why Whitney Dobson allowed 7 sacks. Neal allowed 5 sacks. See, look, our lowest overall O-lineman allowed the least amount of sack. Anyways, Devin White had the most tackles on the team. Browning with 11 sacks, Harris with 11 sacks. Thibodeau only got 3. Okay, well, he got 20 TFLs, so I guess it's okay. He only got 3.5 sacks, 20 TFLs for Thibodeau, 11 for Browning, 11 for Hodges. Browning with 2 picks, Hancock with 2 picks, Devin White with a pick, Melvin Porter with a pick, and Carlton Davis, of course, with a pick. Will Lutz, your dog shit. Let's take a look at the yearly awards. Baker Mayfield, 6th place in the MVP race. And Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bijan Robinson. Looks like Brandon Ayuk came in 6th place. Baker Mayfield came in 10th, too. Browning, 3rd place for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, our rookie receiver came in 4th place. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I don't think we had anybody. Baker was the 3rd best quarterback in the NFC. Well, it's the last season here. Nothing else to do besides sim this game out. Come on, we're playing against a 9-8 team. There's no reason we shouldn't win, and we get a win. We're in the divisional. And I have another 100 on visas. We make the divisional. Thibodeau got a sack in the game. He got 7 tackles. Let's just go ahead and sim out the divisional. We're playing against a 10-7 team. If we can make the NFC Championship again, that'd be sick. This is the last year, and we lose by 3 points. Let's go ahead and check how we did in the last game. It's like all of our losses have been very narrow losses too. It looks like Baker may have sold. No, he had a 73% completion percentage, only 1 pick to 2 touchdowns, 219 yards. Rachaad White sold, yeah, that was the problem. Let's see, Brandon Ayuk had 75 yards and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts had 62 yards and a touchdown. Our rookie did all right. Maybe it was the O-line that sold. No, we only got sacked 1 time. What was the problem? We had 2 sacks. I mean, I don't know. We lose by 3 in the divisional in the last season. This is the best we were able to get, Baker Mayfield. I would do another season, but I'm going to sim to the off season just so I can show you guys the final team that we made. Because Baker's going to be a 79 overall normal dev now. Pretty good rebuild. We made it to a divisional. We made it to an NFC championship. We made the playoffs every single year. We'll end it off just looking at this offense that we had for Baker. Definitely could have been a little better, I guess. But we had a 99 overall receiver and a 99 overall tight end. Rachaad White was an 85 superstar. I mean, this was a good team we built. I feel like the year we lost to the Cowboys should have been the year we won the Super Bowl. In the following year, we definitely underperformed how we should have played. But that's going to be it for this rebuild, man. I wish I could have done better for Baker. He's down to a 79 overall normal, like I called he would be. 34 years old. Let's go ahead and take a look at his stats from all the years. So he averaged over 4,000 yards, 4,500 yards, honestly, through these last 4 years. He had a down season in 24, only 3,300 yards, but he had 4,000 the year before. Is this real life? No, this was, I'm an idiot. But, yeah, the most interceptions he did throw a decent amount of interceptions, but he had a pretty good touchdown to interception ratio every year. And he had like a good completion percentage every year. I feel like Baker definitely played good in this offense throughout this rebuild. That's going to be in the end of this one. Deuces.